peace, only war.
What's up, guys? It's Mike from 40K Dirtbags, and I got a new mic. So thanks to everyone on Patreon. It's pretty sweet. So here's episode 2 of my GT prep series, 20-minute bat report, and I decided to play my son. One, because, you know, of course, like, we try to go to the game store every week, and I talked about this earlier. It's important to play not only people that are above your skill level and also not just your peer group. It is also good to play people below your skill level. And the way I play with my son, or really anyone who's kind of new to the game, is I will give them all of the options, and then they'll pick, you know, what is the best option for them. It helps me, you know, learn the rules, and then also, like, really learn, like, the opposing army. And, you know, it just makes the experience, like, better for him. So this is his current army. He loves Ultramarines. He actually got me into this game. And then, you know, I found out about tournaments and you guys and all this stuff. So, you know, I owe it to him. Plus, like, I mean, it's really brought us together. You know, we go to the game store once or twice a week. We, you know, paint, you know, Saturday, Sunday mornings. It's just been a godsend for us. Cool. So this is the list he's currently running. He's got the Judicar with Fight First. He's got his Librarian and Phobos armor. Marnie's Calgar. 5 Assault Intercessors, 5 Heavy Intercessors, 2x5 regular dudes, 5 Blade Guard, 10 Hellblasters. He loves the Hellblasters. They are interesting because they can shoot on death on a 3+. 3 Interceptors for 3-inch deep strike, 5 Infiltrators, 3 Eradicators, 2 Redemptors with the plasma guns, Repulsor Executioner, and Voidsman at Arms, really cheap backline screening units. The Fight First dude is with the 5 Blade Guard, Marnie's Calgar is with 5 Heavy Intercessors, and then the Librarian is with the 5 Infiltrators. This is like version 9 of the list that I'm going to take to the GT tomorrow. I did make 2 slight changes, and I'll go over them. So I've got a Lord Undivided. I've got my Dark Commune, Market Nurgle, Master of Execution, Khorne with the enhancement, 2 Nurgle Rhinos, 10 Nurgle Cultists, 5 Legionnaires of Khorne. I have since changed this to Slaanesh for Advance and Charge for them, and I made one of my chosen. I made the 5-man chosen squad Khorne, so the Master of Execution runs with him, and the Lord runs with the 10-man. The Full Occurs Cultist unit, 2 Forge Fiends, 1 Nurgle Undivided, 4 Obliterators Undivided, 5 War Talons with Slaanesh for Advance and Charge, 2x3 Nurglings, and 5 Seekers. I talked about this in the episode 1 as far as having, you know, your deployment sequence kind of already done in your head. So this is about a 90% solution. I built this for every mission for the GT after reviewing the mission pack. And here we are. So here are 5 objectives. Here are our deployment zones. And I won the roll-off for deployment. If my opponent has Infiltrate, I will always take Defender so I can get the first drop of the Infiltrate unit. So I put my Nurglings right there. He put his 5 Infiltrators up north. I put my utility Rhino over here with 2x5 infantry units in it within range in case I get investigate signals. He can drive in and be wholly within 9 inches of that corner. He put his Redemptor down here to kind of threaten this long avenue. I put my 10 Cultists here again within 15 inches so they can again do the same thing for investigate signals if I get it turn 1. Put his 5 Intercessors on the line in response to these guys right here. I put this heavy Rhino down here. Now, there was no way for him to be outside of a line of sight, so that was the Nurgle unit that I was okay with exposing turn 1. He put his Redemptor up here to threaten this axis. I decided to put my Forge Fiend here, and you'll see at the end when I talk about the lines of sight, he typically would go here, but you'll see it just made more sense for me to fully protect him from turn 1. I put his Repulsor Executioner with the 5 Blade Guard and the Fight First dude right here behind, you know, screen with the Assault Intercessors, and I put my Seekers right here. I think it's important to have any sort of scout unit and infiltrate unit using them in tandem. So, you know, let's just say he put 6, you know, scouts over here. They have a 6-inch move. If they just move right here, again, 9 away from him and 9 away from this unit, I essentially just got move blocked out. So I think it's important to use these guys in tandem like that. He put Marnie's Calgar up in the top, 5 intercessors down there, 5 intercessors over here, and then his Voidsmen at arms are also down there. So this is, he definitely outranges me and outguns me turn 1, which is fine. But that's essentially all I could see with that Forge Fiend right there. Versus him having the ability to advance and shoot, he definitely, outranges me. And then, like I said, this Redemptor would be able to get shots off if this guy came up here. And you'll see when I did later. And these are the 3 objectives that I want to control or have influence over the entire game. Keeping it simple, my chosen heavy squad coming up here, clear this out, maybe potentially J-turn up into like this area. This utility Rhino is just a harassment unit up on this northern flank. I won turn 1, so again, my goals are to kill 1, kill more, which is not going to happen, which is fine. I got investigate signals, so that was the easy 4 points, and then I got behind enemy lines, which that's the whole purpose of the Seekers. So the Nurglings move up. The Seekers do their Scout 9 plus 14, so they end up right there. This Rhino tucks into there. I pre-measured, so he was not able to get shots off from this guy from any angle, which was good. This Nurgle Rhino went up here for investigate signals, and again, I was okay exposing that 1 Nurgle unit. Cultists move back here for investigate signals, and I decided to bring just advance the Forge Fiend down here to get better angles for turn 2, shooting this middle objective. And that's what happened. So my original idea was to have these guys charge into here, but again, then these dudes are not going to kill this unit. So that idea didn't really play out. Then I could have charged into the tank, but Marnie's Calgar could have heroically intervened, and I didn't want to give him the free movement. Now, I did have a 7-inch charge down here re-rolling, so I felt okay with that, which they failed, which, again, it is what it is. So didn't get behind enemy lines, decided to get rid of it at the end of my turn for that CP. There was still move blocking, so forcing him to go this way anyway, and that was fine. It doesn't really make sense for him to get the Blade Guard out, engage these guys, because now they could just be shot off the board the next turn. Alright, so moving into Jace's turn, you can see he got 8 points, so he did kill 1, kill more. He got cleanse of behind enemy lines, so he doesn't have the mobility for behind enemy lines, so he decided to get rid of it, and he got area denial. So his game plan became very clear. He decided to do the advance and shoot. So again, if you're going into CSM, ask what units can be Nurgled, and again, force your opponent to at least have to make the decision whether or not they want to spend that CP or not, which I did to protect this Rhino. He advanced the infiltrators up, again, just bringing enough guys just to tow and then also screen out for the subsequent rapid or strat reserves or deep strikes if you're going second. So you want to make sure you have your 2 units within 18 inches of each other and essentially screen out your entire board side. If assault intercessors walked up, their intent was to charge and clear these guys off. He did get his Blade Guard out. He probably could have kept them inside, but that's just what he decided. They do have fight first, so that is powerful, but then not putting them out in the open. So his intent was to just shoot these guys off the board, have the assault intercessors charge in and take these guys out. The tank moved up here to be able to get shots into some of the Nurglings. Right, Nurglings are deceptively difficult to kill, so he needed to wipe this unit. So split firing between the Nurglings and the Seekers from the tank. These guys got the advance up, again screening out to make sure that I can't get in his backfield. He moved these intercessors up here. Voidsman moved up. Marnie has moved out as well. Good charge distance, so not bad. Wiped these guys out. Took out, I think, 1 Nurgling, and then the assault intercessors charged in and finished them off, and this is the board state after his turn. Cool. Over to me. So I got overwhelming force and tempting target. So I need to kill units off objectives, which he has 3 units on objectives. So shoot these guys off, charge these guys, and tempting target. So I explained to him what tempting target was, and how to pick that, and he decided to pick this one. He could have picked this one, but again, with the chosen could have gone here or there. He probably should have picked this one, but that's what he chose. Cool. So, quick board state. I get the chosen out on this side. Their job is to advance and charge into this line, and then I wanted to pile in and get the Lord into the Redemptor, pop his once per game stuff, and then hopefully take that guy out. So they did that. My Forge Fiend moved up here to get shots down this avenue. I got 5 chosen out here to advance and charge into these guys. Rhino tucked back because he's not needed for right now. I put the cultist up here. So if your opponent has the ability to deep strike within 3 inches, you need to put enough bodies on there, not only to out OC him, but also make sure he can't just plop down and take that objective over in his turn, like if he gets like capture enemy outpost or something. I put my Undivided Forge Fiend down here from Strat Reserves. I deep struck my obliterators right here within 24 inches. Their primary target was to out of line of sight shoot these guys, and then essentially have 24 inches, 28 inches in front, either this avenue or this avenue for the next turn. And my Curse Cultist Strat Reserve down here, 9 inches away from this intercessor. And then he rapid ingressed his 10 Hellblasters down there, which I thought was a good play. Moving to the shooting phase, this Undivided Forge Fiend popped the 4 rerolls to hit and wound strat on here. I only did 9 dev wounds to him, so only whittled him down to I think like 5 wounds left or something. This Forge Fiend went into this squad, was not able to wipe them out, but again, creating kill zones and redundancy, having these guys finish them off with their combi weapons, that worked out well for me. So killed that unit off, and then pulled everyone off of that objective. And then the last thing, out of line of sight shooting into the fight's first unit. So I played Derek on stream the other day, and so he was running Nurgle, Death Guard with a bunch of those rhinos with the dudes with the fight first. So you need to shoot those guys off the board, or which is a little bit of sequencing. So pop the rhino, shoot enough of those guys to where if you do have to charge and finish them off, their fights first. It's not as bad of a hit, whittled down versus going into the full squad. Killed the bodyguard unit, left what's his nuts, left the fights first dude there. So I elected to charge this unit, and then he overwatched, killing not as many as he wanted, but killed, I think maybe 2 on the way in. So for this one, right, the way you do this kind of slingshot charge is you'll pull guys from the rear and you will tag everyone that can be tagged, and then you essentially block yourself out so you can't get base to base. If you can't get base to base to an enemy unit, then that allows you to move freely. And my intent again was to have the chosen go into these guys, which they should be able to take out very easily, and then the Lord and maybe the guy with the power fist to go into the Redemptor. These guys charged up. And then he decided to heroically intervene to get the Redemptor out here into the fight. Took those guys out pretty easily. And then the Redemptor lived. So that is what it is sometimes. So at this point, I had 4 units for kill count. And I needed to make up for the primary. Because he did get 8 points turn 1. Cool, over to him. So he held 1 objective, and he pulled assassination and no prisoners. So kill 3 units, which again, he needs to kill 4 just to tie, kill more, and then take out the easiest character, which is going to be this Lord. So he picks the Doctrine to advance and charge. Spends 1 CP to have this guy fall back, shoot, and charge. has the fight first guy advance up to here, and this is a short charge. I think this is like a 6 to one of my chosen dudes behind there. Moves these guys up here, and so okay. I told him, hey man, like this is what I was talking about. Like you already had the Voids of Men at Arms over here screening out. These intercessors, you need to get them up the board. I couldn't shoot them or do anything, so I let him just advance, put them up there, previous turn, and then, got the advance again, strung these guys out again to stop any sort of rapid ingress. Move the tank up here to get shots off. Move this guy up here to shoot and charge. You rapid ingress these guys here to shoot these guys, and then also move block. I rapid ingress my Warp Talons right there. Alright, so he shot this guy, made the save, 2 5-up saves on here. I was fully prepared for him to die. Whittled down some of these guys. Shot into here to whittle them down because there's only one guy with precision to take out the squad. So he needs to shoot most of these guys, and then with the Redemptor and the Judicar, kill that character. Shot into here. A couple that died, and then he shot again. Didn't kill enough of these guys, so he had to have the Plasma Inceptors shoot these guys as well. I think he killed 3 of them, 3 or 4, so left with only 2. Only killed a couple of these guys. Had this guy charge in. Was able to wipe out these guys, but not kill the character. So that was kind of like a feels bad for him. He just made all his 4-up saves. This guy charged in, didn't even kill this squad, so that kind of sucked for him as well. 1 dude left. Yeah, he decided to keep assassination, and he only got 2 for no prisoners for killing the bodyguard unit. Over to me, so I did get kill 1, kill more, and now I was holding 2 objectives. Alright, so quick board state. I got no prisoners, capture enemy outposts. So the play for this, have this guy fall back, this Rhino moves up, these guys move up here to take out the Redemptor. These guys, so they're, I spent 1 CP to advance and charge. I only rolled a 1 on the charge. So if I got like 15, they would end up here and then charging in and then consolidating on here after wiping out this squad. I think he only had like 2 guys up here, so that was the play. It was not buffing out the way that I wanted it to. These guys were not needed, so just kind of pulled them back. Just a screen, move to the Forge Fiend, move to the Forge Fiend. These guys, once per game, advance and charge, which made it a little bit longer to have to go around these guys. And then move this Rhino up just for redundancy. So what happened? So these guys shot, whiffed, killing the Redemptor. This guy finished off the tank. Decided to have these guys shoot down here. Again, I felt comfortable enough for him, within 24 inches, doesn't make sense to shoot a Rhino. It makes sense to kind of continue whittling down these guys. I think he had about half of them shoot again. But again, it just wasn't enough to whittle these guys down enough because I wanted to combi charge both these units here. Again, having the redundancy here, so I got the Legionnaires out just in case the Redemptor didn't die, which it didn't, so I was glad to have that sequence. These guys got like a 3 on the charge, so, decided to keep them close. Took out those guys. Did the combi charge here. Again, same thing. So if you can base, you have to base. So you base with the furthest guys away to, get the base to base, and then you start move blocking yourself so you can kind of do this like string out charge here. Killed these guys, killed the character, my lord died, and then this guy stayed alive. So that was the end of the game. Not only it was like kind of bedtime, but again, that was like an example of just playing like turns 1 through 3. Again, if you're gonna have a practice game, like go through all the options with your partner, and even rounds 1, 2, 3 can still take 3-4 hours. Because you're talking about everything, and like I said, as you kind of practice that way, finding the better solution will become more clear, faster, the more you do this. So again, don't really count this as a win, right? But this was just the end of the scoring there. So anyway, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. How do you prepare for tournament? And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Later.